Welcome to BNEWS Weekly. I'm Phil Gallagher, along with BNEWS reporters Robert Parris, Tad Stefanik, Carter Ames, Veris Conley, BNEWS producer Sydney Bowles, Peter Brown with the weather, Juliana McGrain with sports, and Gretchen Carey with the community calendar. Thank you for joining us. It's been another big couple of weeks for venues planning to open up shop in Burlington. To name a couple, Cho Hot Pot has plans to replace Johnny Rockets in the mall, and two brothers from Waltham plan to open a golf simulator bar in the shops at Simons Park. Let's look.
Appreciate it. My name is Joe Shea. I'm Rob Shea. We're brothers. That's our dad, Tom, back there. We are the
Family Feud.
Family Feud, yes. We are the owners of Birdie Bar, which is a golf simulator bar in Waltham, and we are looking to open up another location in Burlington, and we're here to apply for an all liquor license with you guys. We're looking to literally right down the street, the shops at Simons Park, put in 7 simulators, a full bar, and a kitchen to host leagues and the general public and events, and just continue to grow our golf simulator business.
First, save yourself grief. It's Simons Park.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm from Arlington. I'm not from Burlington. I apologize. Simons.
You're in Burlington. You got to speak Burlington.
Understood. Understood.
Both venues were applauded for their interesting concepts and value add to the community. Cho Hot Pot for its innovation in communal dining, and Birdie Bar for bringing sports entertainment to the more residential side of town. And these two aren't alone. In the last few months, there's been word of yet more bars, cafes, and restaurants hanging their shingle. Tate, Life Alive, and Brewed in Burlington, to name a few. BNEWS producer Sydney Bowles asked Town Administrator Paul Sagarino about all the creative proposals this week.
We've always been a great place to attract retail because of our location. We're also a great place to attract people from neighboring communities that want to dine and try these different experiences. So we're really happy about it. The town does receive a meals tax, and I've always looked at that as a really good one because it captures funds for the town budget from people that aren't residents, right? Mm-hmm. So these are the folks that are coming in using the roads and using public safety if they need an ambulance, mm-hmm. and we're recouping some of that money instead of it always falling on our commercial and residential taxpayers. And again, it's we've really become a dining destination, and I would agree with you. I think that the concepts that are coming forward have been really unique. They're not the typical places that are coming here. They're all trying something a little different in each one of them, and I think that that's great to add to the diversity of us being a commercial center. We got a great place for businesses, we're mm-hmm. great places for retail, and we're a great place for restaurants as well.
Some teetotalers in town have expressed some concern over the town's over-reliance on liquor licenses for revenue. A longtime public service in Burlington is set to get some recognition. Paul Raymond retired from the planning board in 2022 after 50 years of service to the town, and now he's being honored with a commemorative bench. The bench will be placed outside of Town Hall Annex, where Paul did much of his work. It's a well-deserved honor, but raised some concerns at the Select Board meeting this week. Here's Select Board member Nick Priest.
So, I'm going to be a pain, and I apologize. I think that this is fine. This is great. Paul deserves to be recognized for 50 years of dedication to the community, actively giving back in various ways. I think that this board should discuss how we want to acknowledge these types of things going forward. And the reason I say this is because when you look at the Common, we've got a lot of benches. And I think that's a testament to the people who have helped in the community over the years. But I think we're at a point where we've got more benches than we've got rear ends, and I say that a bit in jest, but perhaps we say, okay, from now on, if you want to do a bench, maybe it goes to a park, and it moves away from the common, or maybe it's a tree dedication, or a plant, or it's got a plaque. Maybe we ask folks to kind of shift the thing they're looking to dedicate, so that we don't wind up with stadium seating in the town center.
The results are in at the Parks and Recreation Department of a cultural assessment that began last November. The department worked with contractor Barry Dunn, who held confidential interviews with all department staff and made recommendations on ways to better unite the department's disparate divisions. The recommendations included developing a culture committee, creating a strategic plan, creating core department values, and creating an ongoing meeting schedule for departments to learn from one another. Some of those recommendations are already in place, specifically a strategic plan. The percentage of Burlington students who met or exceeded grade level expectations fell in some categories, but those declines were in line with similar dips statewide. That's according to the data from the most recent MCAS exams. Superintendent Dr. Eric Conti said that students are still impacted by the COVID-19 pandemic. Students are learning a year's worth of content in a year's time, but they haven't caught up on missed learning. Assistant Superintendent Dr. Lisa Chen and her team are combing through the reams of data, even down to the level of individual questions, but some findings are already clear. Students with disabilities and English language learner students are struggling more on the MCAS. But Conti said the MCAS is a limited measure and the district has other more frequent tools to measure student growth. As you know, question 2 on the ballot this November is a yes vote would do away the MCAS as a requirement for graduation in the state. Burlington's new animal control officer has only been on the job for a few weeks, but she already won her first award. Technically, it was for her work at her previous job back in Cambridge, but we'll take it. Jamie Jeffrey was awarded the Golden Bone Award for her dedication to her community and the welfare of the animals that reside in it, both wild and domestic, and for being a voice for animals who can't speak for themselves. The award came from the Animal Control Officer Association of Massachusetts. You might say it was a doggone good honor to be recognized. A greener transportation, let's go back to that. A greener transportation option is now available for some workers in Burlington, thanks to a grant from the state. The grant supports nonprofits that contract with businesses to provide shuttle services for employees in town, with the goal of cutting down on single occupancy car trips, lowering greenhouse gas emissions, and reducing traffic in specific communities. Right now, many of the shuttles are available for companies in the Blue Sky Drive and district areas, but the nonprofit Transaction Associates and Transaction Corporate Shuttle Services hope to expand it in the future. The Prabhasi of Burlington hosted Durga Puja this year at the Burlington High School. Varys Conley has more.
From October 11th to October 13th, the Prabhasi of New England held the largest celebration for Durga Puja for their members in the Boston area, specifically in the Burlington High School. This event is an annual festival which pays homage to the Hindu goddess Durga and her victory over evil. It is a celebration of art, music, food, and a culture coming together.
Over the years, Prabhasi has grown up into a large community of people in the Boston neighborhood. This year, we are actually providing a platform for multiple artists, different artists from different aspects to express their artwork. The community response has been overwhelming, coming from the various cultural and social events, both in India and in the US.
Durga Puja, it represents triumph of good over evil, and that is a universal value that everybody can relate to. And in addition to being a festival, it's also musical programs, kids do drama, and for the children of this community, it's a great opportunity to have a link to their heritage, right, the roots of their parents. And so it's a wonderful opportunity for the members of the community to participate, to volunteer, to contribute. We are very thankful for the Burlington town to give us the facilities here at high school to do this festival.
Durga Puja is at the heart of Bengali identity. It celebrates life, arts, culture, religion, which is at the root of Bengali heritage and tradition. It is a way for all Bengalis to connect with their roots, to forge deep ties and relations with friends, all Bengalis all over New England.
The organizers express the importance of Durga Puja and that no matter where they are, they will come together as a community to celebrate.
Prabhasi of New England is one of the oldest Cultural Bengali Association. And what we try to do in Probasi is try to replicate the India experience of Durga Puja here. Calcutta, Bombay, New Delhi, we try to replicate the same thing here. So we try to give them the Durga Puja they want to experience in India, same here in Boston.
Durga Puja has transcended cross-cultural state boundaries for all of us Bengalis. We see so many communities coming together as a unified platform of celebration of our heritage and our Indian roots. We are so delighted to host different states, different people from the different communities over here for Durga Puja.
To learn more about the Probasi of New England, visit their website at probasi1.org. This has been Varys Connolly from BNEWS.
Parks and Recreation continued their annual tradition of celebrating the Halloween season with their spectacular event at Simons Park. BNews student reporter Carter Ames has this look.
Oh, hey, didn't see you there. Welcome, everybody, to Burlington's spectacular event. We got this big green inflatable Frankenstein thing, and that's a great way to start as we're gonna go around this whole event. I'm Carter Ames. Let's go check this event out.
We have a bunch of different activities going on. The biggest thing we have going is the Candy Crane event, which is Superman flies over the baseball fields and drops candy over the field, and kids get to run out in their Halloween costumes and grab as much candy as they can. We have the Spooky Walk happening, so that took probably the most amount of planning because we have to put together a bunch of Halloween decorations as well as coordinate with all the organizations in town to make sure that they're coming. And I think actually the Spooky Walk, it's twice the size this year compared to last year. There was only 4 organizations that came last year, and we're at 9 organizations.
So we are here on behalf of Exit Premier Real Estate, and our theme is The Nightmare Before Christmas. You know, I feel like it's a nice way to get the community together.
Yeah, I think it's a fun way for everyone to show off their costumes and walk along the spooky trail.
What are you dressed up as today?
Darth Vader.
All right, Darth Vader. Are you having a nice time?
Yes.
All right, and what's your favorite part about the Halloween Spooktacular or just the Halloween season?
I like the way how people dress out.
I'm not really dressed up as anything. I just got a mask from Spirit Halloween and a robe. I am Drift from Fortnite.
What's your favorite part of the Halloween Spooktacular so far?
The candy.
Yeah, the walk is pretty nice.
Yeah, the walk and the candy.
Only one though.
Yeah. We need 4 more.
This has been a really fun event, and I can't wait to see what they do next at the Spooktacular 2025 event. Thank you, everybody. I'm Carter Ames. See you next time.
Halloween continued with a tradition from the Girl Scouts, a trunk or treat at the Burlington High School. Here's Sydney Bowles.
With Halloween upon us, the Girl Scouts held a trunk or treat to provide safe and spooky fun for local ghouls and goblins. Local businesses popped their trunks to offer candy and lots of fun.
We're a family-owned music store located in Bedford, Mass. that rents, sells, and repairs musical instruments.
Together we're actually in a big group called Heroes for Hire. We do a bunch of different charity and local events around the Massachusetts, New Hampshire, New England area. Very nice.
So we work for Bay State Physical Therapy in Burlington on the Middlesex Turnpike, and we have the Monsters Inc. Scare Floor featuring Mike Wazowski, Boo, Sully, and our scary spider and bat dog.
So I have a candy buffet business. I deliver sweets and smiles to all different types of events, from corporate events to social events and everything in between.
Organizer Laura Boriso says it's a simple, great way for the community to get together.
I like that you get different families, different vendors to come, and it really just is a very simple opportunity to bring families together, in and outside of the surrounding towns of Burlington.
Businesses and organizations with trunks couldn't agree more.
The weather is perfect. I love seeing all the costumes, and I love candy.
Honestly, the costumes are adorable. Everyone looks great. We saw Captain Jack Sparrow over there. We're very excited to see him do his little run.
We came to trunk or treat because we heard there would be free candy. And we're very good at stealing things, so we're honing our skills today.
Donations from the event were sent to the People Helping People Food Pantry. For BNEWS Weekly, I'm Sydney Bowles, with help from Jesse O'Regan.
It wouldn't be October without Oktoberfest. Tad Stefanak takes us to a special festival that benefited the Burlington Fire Local 2313.
King's Dining and Entertainment was the location for the Burlington Fire Department Local 2313 Firefighters Union Oktoberfest fundraiser.
So yeah, this is our 4th year doing this Oktoberfest, our first time since COVID. We're doing it for our charity account, the Burlington Fire Department charity account, where we donate money throughout the community through scholarships and different other donations. Just a fun night out with friends, bowling, beer tasting, appetizers, all types of good raffles, so it's a good time.
I got invited to bowl, to drink some beer, and do some raffles, so it's been a great time.
So the raffles are just different businesses around town and locally that just donate stuff in order to raise money for our charity account, which goes to we do scholarships through the Burlington High School, different community events and things of that nature.
From King's Dining and Entertainment on 3rd Ave, I'm BNews reporter Tad Stefanak.
Another huge week for BHS fall sports, particularly the BHS football team. Let's turn to Juliana McGrain for the latest.
Hey everyone, I'm Juliana McGrain, and this is your weekly sports report. Red Devils football continued their remarkable season. For more, we go to Noel D'Amico.
And a really, really hard-fought game. This was not easy, Mike. No.
Burlington remains undefeated after a 43-36 win against Melrose tonight. They are now 6-0. It was a hard-fought battle, and we spoke to Tyler Vadnais, Ryan Brooks, and Anthony Guerrier after the game.
Feeney under pressure. Doherty almost got there. Now Vadnais gets there and finishes the job. The ball came out. Drew Garvey's on it. He's going to take it the distance. And a scoop and score.
We got to give some credit to the offensive line tonight. What's it been like building cohesion and connection with this line?
You know, we started the year a little tough. You know, losing a lot of seniors on the line is hard. But, you know, got to give a thanks to my coaches, my younger guys. And without them, I can't do anything. And I love these guys to death.
The play of the game, people are calling it 3rd and 10. You're getting some pressure. You find him downfield for that 40-yard pass. What is it like being able to see him down the field and know you can make that throw?
Well, I mean, this is Ryan Brooks. You got to remember this name because he's going places. But I mean, I don't know. I couldn't have done it without him. I just scrambled a little bit and he was there and made a phenomenal catch. I don't know. Ask him.
Yeah, Brooks, from your perspective, what's it like having a quarterback that you can trust to get the ball in your hands?
I mean, like, the chemistry we have is unbeatable. Like, we have the best chemistry in the state by far. Like I've said in the past videos and stuff, we just know each other so well. And when I'm running my route, if I know it's not there and I see him scrambling, he like points his finger, I just go upfield. And it's just, we know it's going to happen every time, that completion.
Burlington will be on the road next week for another tough game as they take on Stoneham. I'm Noel D'Amico here at Varsity Field from BNews Sports.
Burlington has a huge matchup against undefeated Stoneham Thursday night in Woburn. We will have the full results following the sports report. The Woburn-Burlington swim team lost their final regular season meet 93-73 against Arlington. 8 seniors will be departing from the team this season as they were honored at the meet. The ladies will be attending the Middlesex League meet. We will have updates on their results next week. The girls soccer team scored a 2-1 win over Boston Lion and had a 3-1 loss over Wilmington. We will have updates next week on the Stoneham and Waltham games. The girls stand at 5-9-2. The boys soccer team are 6-9-2 after a 3-0 win over Wilmington. The boys also celebrated their senior night, with 12 seniors departing. We will have an update next week on the Stoneham matchup. The girls and boys cross-country teams were in Stoneham for their final regular season meet. The girls lost 23-34 and the boys won 15-30. Top finishers for the boys were Roy Kianke, Krish Almeida, and Ivan Ivanov. Kayla Mackey placed first for her team. The girls field hockey team stands at 6-9-2 this season after a 0-0 tie with Wakefield and a 3-0 loss to Lexington and a 1-0 win over Wilmington. Updates next week on the regular season finale against Stoneham. Girls volleyball had a strong week. They defeated both Wakefield and Lynn Classical with a 3-0 margins. The Spike Out Cancer fundraiser was held last week, and we spoke to Coach Wingsy.
We had a great turnout this year. We raised $7,000. So with the company match, it'll be $14,000 by the end of the whole donation. Even though it's super busy and takes a lot to plan, I think at the end of the day, you know, we're doing really good things for a good cause, and everyone's super ambitious to come out and help support our Spike Out Cancer, and we raise a good amount of money. So yeah, it's a good event for everybody in the community.
In the game against Wilmington, the Devils swept the Wildcats in all 3 sets, moving the record up to 12-6. Here are the Middlesex Freedom Division standings. For more Red Devil action, check out our sports section at bcattv.org/sports and follow us on X at BNEWS. That's all for this week. I'm Juliana McGreen. Back to you in the studio.
Thank you, Juliana. The Devils come away with their first loss of the season against a very tough Stoneham team last night. Let's go to Robert Paris for the latest.
It was the battle of the undefeated as the Burlington Red Devils and the Stoneham Spartans, both coming in at 6-0, clashed at Connolly Memorial Field in Woburn. Stoneham came out strong with their running game, and running back Sean Kilty ran it twice, making it 14-0 at the end of the first quarter. In the second quarter, the Red Devils answered back with a 37-yard touchdown pass from quarterback Anthony Garrier to wide receiver Ryan Brooks, 14-7. Stoneham chewed up much of the clock, keeping it on the ground, with Spartans quarterback Sean Powers rushing it in, making it a 21-7 game. On Stoneham's next offensive drive, Kilty scored his 3rd touchdown of the game, 28-7. On the ensuing Red Devils drive, Gary connected with a wide-open Matt Conti in the end zone, making it 28-14. With 36 seconds left in the first half, Kilty exploded, taking it 60 yards for his 4th touchdown of the first half, 35-14. Stoneham continued to move the ball on the ground for the entire third quarter, with the Red Devil defense not allowing Stoneham to score at all. However, in the fourth quarter, the Spartans' first play from scrimmage resulted in another Kilty touchdown, giving him 5 on the day, making the score 42-14. Burlington was able to score one more touchdown with a Garrier pass to Ryan Ellis from 28 yards out, 42-21. Despite a defining loss, Red Devil quarterback Anthony Garrier spoke with us post-game.
You know, they were great plays drawn up by Coach, executed well. Matty Conti's first touchdown, which was great. I thought offense was there, little mistakes, holding, turnovers. I fumble early, I dropped a snap, and little stuff like that just kept us out of the game.
Burlington will be back home against Watertown next Friday night, which will also be their senior night.
And now for a look at the forecast with weatherman Peter Brown, and stay tuned for your community calendar with Gretchen Carey.
Well, everyone, this is Peter Brown to look at your weather for the next 7 days. Here we are heading in towards the final stretch of October, heading into Halloween, and looking forward to the start of November. I know it's hard to believe that we are actually getting very close to the start of meteorological winter in only 5 weeks. Let's not even think about that right now, as we've had anything but late fall or early winter-like temperatures here in the Burlington area over the past 5 days or so. We had temperatures well up into the low to mid 80s the other day. Really had a feel of July out there. Of course, what we've really noticed is how dry it's been out there. And as we start out our period on Friday, looks like that pattern is going to continue. It's going to be much cooler temperatures, probably only being in the low 60s, which is where the temperature should be at this time of the year. As we stretch that out to next Thursday, get into Halloween, into trick-or-treating time, we should be seeing temperatures at this time of the year in the upper 50s as we get towards the last day of October. Now, looking ahead towards the end of next week, it looks like we are going to have another big-time warm-up here in the Burlington area. So I think you're going to have to make sure you have a pretty light costume out there if you're going to be out trick-or-treating at all with the kids or anything. It is going to be pretty warm, we think. So as you go ahead, let's take a look at what the Climate Prediction Center is calling for us in terms of temperatures and precipitation over the next 7 to 10 days, and nothing new here. Here in the Northeast, and actually a good portion of the eastern half of the country, especially here in New England, they are expecting us to have a very good chance of above-average temperatures. And for our precipitation chances, this is something we really have to start paying attention to right now. You're not really thinking as much as we head in towards the late fall about drought as much as we are in the summertime when you're watering your lawns and your flowers and everything, but we are getting into a fairly significant drought here north and west of Boston, and it looks like that's going to continue with a very strong possibility of a below average precipitation for the next 7 to 10 days, even looking beyond that, getting into the first 2 weeks of November. So let's go ahead, let's take a look at those 7 days of weather coming up. And really, again, what you see is what you get here, folks. Friday, all throughout the period right into Halloween, we are going to have wall-to-wall sunshine, a few fair weather clouds here. The only caveat might be Saturday, where we see a little bit more in the way of cloud cover as a cold front moves through. Temperatures, again, starting out on Friday, very pleasant for this time of the year in the low 60s. Nice again on Saturday. We're going to see that morning high probably in the low 60s, and then the temperatures are going to cool off dramatically, especially as we get into Sunday and Monday. Temperatures struggling to get above 50, but thereafter, look at this. Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Do we go for breaking a record on Halloween? We're going to have to keep an eye. Right now, it looks like we're going to have a massive Bermuda high sitting off the coast of New England again, which right now I'm just thinking the temperatures are probably going to be in the low to mid 70s as we end out the period. So summer seems like it just doesn't want to give up, and for those of us who love the warm weather, that's some great news. So everyone, get out there, enjoy the weather, and have a great week.
Hi, I'm Amy Poehler, and you're watching BCAT. Go Red Devils!
Hey everyone, I'm Gretchen Carey, and this is your Community Calendar. On Halloween night from 6 to 8 p.m., Burlington Historical Society will be opening their West School at 106 Bedford Street for children and their families for some spooky treats. Everyone is welcome and the event is free. Starting on November 1st, the Burlington Community Scholarship Foundation will be having a wreath fundraiser for the 2035 Adopt-A class. Go to the following website to purchase. Also on November 1st, 2nd, and 3rd, the Burlington Public Library will be having their fall book sale. Many items will be on sale, including books, movies, and puzzles. Check the library website for times. For more community calendar events, go to bcattv.org, burlingtonpubliclibrary.org, and burlingtonrecreation.org. I'm Gretchen Carey, and that was your Community Calendar.
In preparation for the Friends of the Library book sale, November 1 through 3, this Sunday is a book drop-off day, so if you want to lighten up some of your bookshelves with some volumes that are taking up a lot of space and you need to make space for new ones, you can drop them off at the library between 1:30 and 3:30 this Sunday. As we do each week, we'll wind down the program with a photo sent in by a member of the community. Christina Nikitas shared this one from a recent trip to Rye, New Hampshire. Thank you, Christina. If you have a photo you'd like to see featured here, email it to us at bcat@bcattv.org with the subject line Photo of the Week. That's our program for this week. Thank you as always for joining us. I'll leave you with some images from a recent pumpkin painting event at the Burlington Sculpture Park. Thanks to Barbara LaRue for these images. I'm Phil Gallagher. See you back here next week.